Hey, rock stars! We are chatting about convention tonight, and I'm really excited to dive into this conversation because it's like a family reunion for us, right? There's a lot going on, and there's a lot going on with doTERRA right now. So let's just really quickly jump through the promotions. I want you guys to know, and I'm even going to show you on my screen. I want you to know that doTERRA, if you haven't seen yet, has changed the way that they are doing their promotions folders for us. So let me grab a screen share here, and I want to show you how you can find these amazing assets to use in your own groups and through text and through email and however you choose to use them. So you guys can see my screen, yeah? No, you can't. I'm getting a yes and I'm getting a no. Yeah, okay, you can see my screen. Can you see doTERRA.com? Yeah, coming at you? Okay, we're good to go. You guys may be nervous for a minute, like, well, what can you see? It says it's sharing. Okay, so when you go to doTERRA.com, scroll all the way down here to the very bottom. You're gonna click on promotions, and doTERRA has laid this out differently for us starting this last month. So when you come in here, you're gonna find all kinds of goodies. So you'll find what we're talking about this month. We're gonna cover this real quick. The Level Up Your Rewards promotion, the 10% off the time, and the product of the month. When you come down here to view all assets, what you're going to find is a lot of images. Some of them are blank. Some of them you can make your own thing. And this is just a brand new thing. So obviously stick with our market or whatever market that you're in. So I'm just going to give you an example. So look at all these. So they provided us with all of these great diffuser blends. You can go through them. The 10% off. Look how many options we have, guys. We used to get one or two. Now, these are going to load because my internet's lagging a little. But even they're giving us blank images. So why I'm showing you this is I really want you to take advantage of coming in and grabbing these graphics, because sometimes you just need a really great graphic of time, right? And it's where it's the product or the 10% off this month. Come in and download this and use it in the future. Create a Dropbox folder, a Google Drive folder, whatever. But these images, look, they're all blank. So you can create your own thing. So I want you guys to be aware of that and really be able to take advantage to use the tools that doTERRA is providing us for free. Come to the product of the month, same thing. It just goes on and on. So grab these. A lot of times we'll post one, right? Like, oh, it's a new month, doTERRA. But here's the thing, y'all. We are the only ones that live in doTERRA land. Your friends, most of your customers even, right? Like they maybe don't see your one post that you post about the promotion. So I want to encourage you to grab your calendar and map out every 5 days of how you're showing the promotion. So the first, great, that's a great day. Let's also do it on the 5th and the 15th and the 20th and the 25th. Find a way to sprinkle the product promotions into your newsfeed, into your marketing strategy, however you choose to do that. And I think that will help get you out in front of more people, so more people will have an opportunity to see your stuff. There's always a PowerPoint. There always has been. If you'll come in here, I personally download this every month, and the reason I do is because they usually have 4 slides and they go through the promotion of the month, but the verbiage is different than the verbiage they post on their Facebook, and also different from the other graphics. So it helps you have a broader spectrum to pull from as you're creating your own content. And then look at this, product images. You guys have no idea how many hours I have spent saving photos, making them transparent, yada, yada, yada. Look at all these folders. They've been adding more every single day. So take a look at these, and these are free to our resource. They're going to continue to put these in here. I mean, this is just unheard of. So really make sure you're taking advantage of coming in and grabbing these beautiful images, because we all know what it's like when we're trying to set up our own photo shoot right at home and stage it just right and have the right thing. Like this can be a lifesaver and a time saver for a lot of us. So really take advantage and come. It's called Canto. When you come to the thing, you'll see that up here, and that's the little program they're using. But I wanted to share that with you guys out the gate so you know about it and you know how to fully utilize this tool. So let's talk for just a real hot minute about the level up your rewards promotion. There's been a little confusion about this, so I'm just going to throw out a couple ideas for you to run with. So how can we utilize this? So this campaign, this promotion is really only for new people coming on LRP and people below 20%. Okay, if you're up above 20%, it's obsolete, right? It doesn't pertain to us. So when you go to your back office, you can go to Wellness Advocate Services and download your mailing labels. And on your mailing labels, you'll see people's entry date, so you'll kind of know, well, how do I find who's below or who's on, or how to do that. Another way to find it is go to detailed genealogy and then organize it by LRP, and you can see who's been placing orders, and then right next to that you can put their start date. So you can kind of figure out that way as well. So basically this is how it works. Anyone who places a 150 PD order by September 28th will be bumped to 20% back on their rewards points. Okay? So what this means, and I want you guys to understand this, when they place the order this month, that bumps them to 20%. Next month, when they place their order, they'll see that rewards, okay? And we know when rewards come in. So it's not like they're gonna place their order and all of a sudden see, let's say they place it for 150 or whatever, they're not gonna all of a sudden see 35 PV in their account for them to use, right? So make sure when you're explaining this promotion to your people, they know that when you're on LRP, your promotion points don't come in, or your rewards points don't come in until the next month. Does that make sense? Just make sure they're aware of, because otherwise people have been kind of confused and have placed the order and then have been logging in and looking for their free, 30, 40, 50 points, depending on what they spend. So let your people know how that works. Before I move on from this, does anybody have any questions about the level up? Go ahead, just unmute if you do.
Okay, so what it says here, it says it increases the rewards to 20% on your October order.
Right.
So it looks to me like this order would still only be at whatever, if they hadn't done LRP before, it would only be 10%.
Exactly. So this month they place the order, they come up to 20%. So if they place 150, they will be changed in the system to 20%. That's the only change. They're not getting the 20%. Next month, they place their LRP, they receive 20%, but not until November.
There you go.
Does that make sense?
Yes, so September, they're still going to receive their 10 or 15%.
Wherever they were at, right. If they came in on a fast track. Thanks for clarifying that. Sorry, I didn't mean to make that sound so confusing.
So then when they order again in October, they get 20%.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
That's saves us 6 months of ordering.
It really does. I mean, it's a huge thing, but what it does for us as advocates is it takes away the in the moment sale. And I like that, because now we're explaining how this really works and what this can really look like on a long-term level, right? We skip that process because sometimes out the gate, we don't necessarily talk about LRP and how to get on it, and it's going to take a year, and you know what I mean? Like, we're just trying to get an enrollment, but this promotion gives us the opportunity to paint the picture of what this company is truly all about, which is lifelong wellness. And you get that through monthly purchasing and taking care of your body, right? You have to fuel your body, and you're going to need these products. So this is what that looks like. So this is a fantastic promotion. So make sure you're pulling your list and really taking advantage of I mean, everyone should be bumping up. Everyone on LRP, I would really highly encourage you to have a conversation with them so they understand. Because if they're already on LRP, they know they're already receiving something. But get into their back office and show them, like get on Zoom and say, hey, this is what it could look like. Iris, do you have a question?
So if you do it in September, your October order will get the 20%, and you will see that then in November.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
And moving forward, I mean, that will stay with that account the whole, you know, and then in 3 months up on button. Whew, that's exciting. Okay, any other questions about the promotions happening right now? We're good with that? Okay, I hope you guys take some time to go to doterra.com, scroll down to the bottom, click on promotions, and check out those graphics because they're gonna blow your mind. I'm stoked about it. It's made my job significantly easier as far as finding high quality, really good graphics. I mean, just to be straight with you guys, I'm a member of several groups or programs, and that's what these people do is take these high, I mean, I'm paying $600-800 a year to get these graphics just to be able to fully utilize them. So this is just amazing that doTERRA is providing this resource to us. And you know where they just trickled that to us this week. I mean, it's just like, this is like, let's just give them this. You know there's some huge things coming out at convention, right? Because if I would have gone to convention and that was it, that's all that came from it, is this awesome promotion folder, I'd have been stoked. So you know big things are in store for us. Awesome. Okay, let's jump into convention. So most of you on the call are coming to convention. One thing I'm just going to say out the gate, if you're planning on being at convention, I'm going to highly encourage you to also purchase the live stream. It might seem totally silly, but you guys, it's $60. Grab a gal pal or 2 or 3 and split the cost, okay? You're going to come to convention and you're going to want to remember exactly what was said. You're going to want to see those slides again. You're going to want to soak in that experience. I go to convention and then I just binge watch it for the next 4 weeks because you can retain so much information just by listening and tuning in. You're going to get so much more out of it if you will get the live stream and binge watch it when you get home. Use it to reference your notes, use it to go in and take screenshots of whatever slide that you absolutely loved, and even use it as a post recap party, right? So like you come to convention, you get your convention kit, you come home, like whatever highlight spot, invite some gal pals over, pop some popcorn, and watch the highlight reel, right? Like relive that experience with people around you. So I highly encourage you to get the live stream. The other thing was to do with the live stream. I feel like I'm talking so fast. I got so much information to share. Okay, the other thing to do with the live stream is, guys, you can get the Empowered Success training for $20. Okay, so if you can't stick around in Salt Lake City until Saturday when that training happens, get the live stream. It's $20 and it's supposed to be phenomenal. So I highly encourage you to grab that. You do not have to have the convention live stream to get the a la carte, let's call it, the $20 a la carte for Empower Success. So grab that training. You're going to want it. Okay, so let's jump into convention a little bit. As far as rock stars, we do have one significant event that I hope everybody can attend, and that's the night of the gala. We have 3 people walking this year, which is very exciting. And Romy and Mark will be there in the limo, and they'll be arriving at the south entrance of the Salt Palace at 5:30. So they could possibly come a little early depending on what traffic is. So I would appreciate if everyone could be at the south end by the doors where we've been in years past by 5:15. We can do a group photo, we can welcome the limo, and then everybody can kind of go into the gala together. Now remember, in the past, the gala has been south entrance facing all the way at the end of the building, facing, I think it's the Holiday Inn Express. So down where the buses come in, you'll see where the buses come in. That's the exact place where the limo goes. Okay, so gala is a lot different where you don't have to find a table, right? So everybody can kind of stay together if we wish in a cluster. So there will be hors d'oeuvres, they've told us. It's going to be a party atmosphere. Come prepared to party. There's way more gala tickets sold this year than there ever have been. They opened up way more spots. So it's supposed to be a really fun night. How many people on this call, just curious, will be attending the gala? Oh, cool. Awesome. So that's going to be super fun.
Who's the 3 walking?
Melissa, and Latarin.
Melissa. Pershawn?
Melissa. Ooh, let me see how you say her last name.
Isn't Michelle Ward walking?
Yeah, but the other Michelle is.
Oh,
I mean
Michelle.
Melissa. No, I'm saying Michelle. It's not Michelle. I'm looking for my message. I'm almost there.
If you want to go on and then come back to it, you can.
Let me hurry and find it. It's the suspense. Yeah, it is Michelle. I said Michelle. I'm not Melissa, Michelle. But I don't know how to say her last name. Asmus. Who can help me out? Asmus?
Asmus, probably.
That's what it is. And Michelle Ward and LaTaryn are all walking this year at convention.
Thank you.
Melissa, wow. Michelle and LaTaryn are walking in the limo. So LaTaryn and Kevin will be there, and then Michelle and Michelle both will not have their spouse with them. So we're going to celebrate huge with them. So that's really the only defined rock star moment that there will be. Now, that said, if you've been at convention, you know you're going to see rock stars everywhere. So be proud of your team and find each other and connect and love on each other and sit together and save each other seats and eat lunch together and hang out at night together and go to breakfast and coffee and grab a drink together. And if you find Dana, get a chiropractic adjustment. I mean, let's do it all, right? So don't feel like because we haven't announced this team gathering that can't happen elsewhere, right? So we're doing the rock stars to kick off convention at the gala. But there's so many rock stars going. I mean, the list is huge. So pot off, bring your people. The point of convention this year is together, right? So we want all rock stars to feel that love, to feel together. So reach out in the event if you're coming alone and find who's going and kind of connect with one another and buddy up. And I highly encourage you too, if you're coming with people that you've always came with, to try to connect with new people. There is so much connection that happens at conventions. So take every opportunity to really take advantage of the situation you're in. Ask people powerful questions. Find out how they're doing their business. Get to know their team members. There are so many opportunities for us to really just connect. So I would even encourage you to make a list. So as you're thinking about coming to convention, what do you hope to get out of convention? What are you hoping to gain this year at this experience? And write down what those things are. Because if you do that, you're going to find those things. You're going to be prepped. Your heart's going to be open. Your ears are going to be open. And you're going to find the answers to what you wrote. If you didn't, you're going to come and have a great time, but you're going to have a lot of I wish I wouldas in your mind. Like, oh, I could have asked her that, or what about this, or I wonder if so-and-so was there. Like, make a list of what that is so you can really connect and find out. And one thing I want to encourage everyone to do is to find your upline. If you haven't met everyone in your upline, like, make a point to seek them out and give them a high five or a hug or a love or whatever, but really find a way to connect, because we're looking for further resources, right? We're coming to convention to connect our people, to connect our people to our people, right? There's a lot of things going on there. So make sure that you're doing that. If you're coming to convention, also look for a mentor. Like, a lot of times you can find someone brand new, someone you might not even know, who's in a similar place as you, that you can buddy up with to be accountability partners. But also you meet people that you're going to say they are rocking their business and I want to learn from them, and ask them to mentor you. So have an open heart about that. Okay, there's a couple things I'm going to share. Everybody knows how to get to the schedule, right? Everybody can go to the doTERRA convention, get the agenda. It's a little bit different this year, guys, so make sure you're paying attention to those times. So
do you have a thread on Rockstars about what track people are in?
We have an event in Rockstars, yeah. So let's get that going a little bit more now. It was created several weeks ago. So if you go to Rockstars and click on events, there's one called convention. And we have some conversations going in there about like who's walking and where we're at and who's where.
Okay.
So take a look at that. And we can add a new poll if we want to just refreshing it tonight. Who's flying in for convention? Okay, and you guys have both been to convention before. I can only see 2 of you raising your hand. Several of you, some of you. So would somebody, I mean, I have a list here that I could just read, but I've never flown in for convention. I have flown with my oils. Would somebody mind just unmuting and give us some tips about how to fly to convention? Some tips that I've heard that are really great are, 1, bring an extra bag. You're gonna come, you're gonna buy a bunch of stuff. You don't wanna have to buy another bag. Another one is who unmuted?
Well, I did.
Oh, yeah.
What airline are you flying in on? With what airline?
I'm not flying in. I'm driving.
Oh, okay.
But
Well,
I'm just saying, what are your tips? If you are flying in, what are your tips? You know, what should we make sure that people are bringing? What do they not need to bring? Traveling with your oils, getting to the airport.
okay. So if you're flying Southwest, and if you have TSA pre-check, as a general rule, well, if you're flying with a TSA pre-check, you don't ever have any problems with oils in your carry-on. You know, otherwise, if you're really, really worried, you're like, oh my God, I can't have them take my Europalm, oh hell no, or my frankincense or whatever. Ooh, I wasn't supposed to say that. Then put it in your luggage, that sort of thing. That's, decide which one of your roommates is going to have the diffuser. Okay. Because everybody needs a diffuser in their room.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that convention, what surprised me the most was that convention was a very casual event.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's not like it's not business casual. It's casual.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to. There's no really real dress to impress.
Yeah.
So you don't have to have a lot of space for clothes.
Yeah. Be comfortable. I would definitely say be comfortable at convention.
Yeah, and your if you get cold, you're going to need some sort of layering device,
Mm-hmm.
sweater, that kind of a thing. What else?
A water bottle. Bring a water bottle.
Yeah, and now if you go, I can't speak to the Vivint because I don't go to the Vivint. I go to the Salt Palace, so things are a little bit more.
Bring an empty water bottle into the
Greasy.
I'll let you haul in a water bottle full that you can bring.
Right.
And a clear bag.
Yeah, Vivint needs a clear bag. Salt Palace does not. That sort of a thing. What else, Ken's?
Well, hey, can I jump in on
Yeah.
the whole security thing too? So I fly for work several times a month, and I literally never take liquids out ever at the TSA pre-check. I like to think that they don't really care either. They just want you to get through there as quick as you can. So I fly with 15 ml bottles all the time. I've flown with the Deep Blue rub in the tube, and that's like 5 ounces or something like that. On Guard toothpaste in the full size container. So the rule of TSA pre-check is just don't cause a scene, don't make a big deal, go through it as casually as you can. I wouldn't.
Most people are pre-checked though, or do you think most people are not pre-checked?
Either way, even if you're not pre-checked, like even before I had pre-check, I never ever took liquids out. So if you worry about things like that, and if it'll make you feel more comfortable, like at least have them in the quart size bag or whatever the silly rules are that they give you. But just go through security with them in your bag is what I usually do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just a tip on that side of it.
Yeah, perfect. Good. That's really good. Does anyone have any questions that's flying in? Oh, what was that?
It's fine. I have flown there 3 times. This is Shannon, sorry.
Hey, Shannon.
And I have like a clutch that I make roller balls out of. Like I make roller balls and I just slide the roller balls in there, so it's super easy. And I have that's just zippers. I've never had any problems having that in my purse or anything. And I've brought I mean, I don't have any problems taking 15 ml bottles or anything with me ever. And I do have them in a like a Ziploc bag or like a makeup purse all the time just for convenience. But I have taken tons for classes, you know, when we went to Diamond Club and stuff like that with Christy, all that kind of stuff. But coming to convention, I never had anything taken out either.
Yeah.
But I do have them in a zipper bag or like a clutch. And I have them always, I always keep them with me.
Yeah.
In my carry-on or my purse. So
can someone speak to the effect, maybe this is a good question for you, flying out, what do people need to expect getting back on the plane? What does that look like?
You need like, I leave the next day because it is crazy the day convention gets out. I know some people that have left 2.5 hours early, gotten there and missed their plane. So I would definitely be there 3 hours in advance if you're leaving Friday evening, but I have always left the next day or Sunday because I don't like that crazy. I don't like that. So that's just me, but I would go 3 hours early for the plane to get through security. Yeah. I mean, like if you do TSA pre-check, that's probably going to be faster for you. Right. And I know there's something that you can do that you can go through that's kind of like a pre-check, and I can't remember what it's called now, that like Alaska has. I can't remember what that's called. Yeah. I mean, you can do those kind of things. It'll be faster. But if you're leaving, I would totally do a pre-check if you can.
Yeah.
Because it'll be a heck of a lot faster. But I always leave the next day because it's way less crazy.
You know, if you're buying a convention kit, you're going to have to take it out of the box, the big pretty box that it comes in. Because there's just no way. You know, you have to. And I bought a convention kit for a girlfriend, so you know I had 2 of those. So you have to leave your box behind. So you know, just get over it.
Or find somebody that's driving, because you can put your convention box in somebody's driving. So like Iris is driving, I'm driving. So if you know somebody in your area that's driving, if you're worried about it, like if you buy a few of them or whatever, send it with somebody who's driving for space. It's an option.
Just a trick that you can do is you can put an empty, like your carry-on bag, empty inside of your big suitcase. And then you're not checking too many bags, having too many bags to manage, but you kind of have an extra suitcase once you get there. And as far as dressing to impress, I have found, and this is just what I've noticed over the past 2 or 3 years, the higher ranked people are dressed better. So you're going to see, you know, people in higher ranks wearing a little bit nicer clothes, and not just from you know, I'm a blue diamond and I make $500,000 a year nicer clothes, but just less like, you're not going to see a lot of t-shirts and jeans or t-shirts and yoga pants on the higher ranked people. And so that's something I noticed my first year too, was I was like, oh, I'll just be really comfortable. I'll be really casual. But it's kind of the whole dress for the job you want kind of thing. Yeah. And so I do make it a point to dress up a little bit nicer than I normally would, always with comfortable shoes that are broken in, because there is a lot of walking. But I tell you what, like, I feel better whenever I look good. And so I like to have the outside match what I want my inside to exude.
Great tip. I dig that. Wear comfortable shoes, guys. That's so true. I mean, there is so much walking you're going to be doing. And those of you who are going to buy a couple kits or even just one kit, at the Salt Palace, there is a shipping center. So if you don't want to have to deal with the whole hassle, just take it over there and ship it home. So that's an option for you as well. I'm really excited that the marketplace is going to be available. The swag store is separate from the product showcase, and they said they're going to have more than one swag store. Okay, so last year it was like Disney World. If you wanted something, you had to stand in line for hours. It was crazy. So I'm excited to see how they're changing that up. And then if you caught the live today, they talked quite a bit about swag. So you might have an idea about what you want to get there. We talked about the gala. Is anybody going on a campus tour? No? Okay, well, you'll get information on the campus tour if you are.
Ken's,
Oh, yeah.
do you by any chance get any kind of a price list or anything for the swag in advance
No.
with the people you work with?
No.
So that you kind of, based on what we saw.
No. I would just say bring your checkbook. You're going to use it. And that's the other thing, like Amanda was saying about dressing to impress too, as far as taking your job home with you. Like, I find that if you look at those same people, right, blues, presidentials, diamonds, those guys rock their doTERRA apparel everywhere. So make sure that you set aside just a little budget where you can get a t-shirt or you can get a jacket or, something to present in the collared shirt, whatever, because that's a big deal that you're representing the company that you're part of. So I highly encourage you to do that.
Oh, and there's also a room for people who are leaving that have to check out of their hotel and take their luggage somewhere. There is a room at the Salt Palace
Yes.
for people to store their luggage. I used that last year.
Yeah.
And I would do that early.
Too. Yeah. So you can do that, or if you want to go back to your hotel, if it's close, a lot of hotels will do that too. Like they'll hold in their stored locker, hold your bag. So think about that so you're not hauling it around, especially if you're in the Vivint. That's not going to go over very well. And the other thing, guys, probably the last thing, give yourself time to register. The registration lines are long, but they go quick. So just be patient, have fun, have a good time, just hang out, chat, get in that line, get registered as soon as you get into town. And we're going to be ready to rock this. It's going to be
if you are an avid phone user, grab a nice battery pack, like a good sized battery pack. You'll run out of juice for sure. Because for starters, lots and lots of people are trying to get on the exact same cell network at the same time. And so everything's going to take a little bit longer to load, which eats more of your battery life. And then you're going to be taking pictures of people, pictures of the screens. You're going to be taking notes. You're going to be saying to your friends, where are you? Stuff like that. You're going to eat through a ton more battery than you're used to. So grab a battery pack to bring with you.
That's true. I drain mine probably twice a day. So it's worth the investment. And also, if you don't have one, Healing Hands does sell one for like $20. It's not as powerful as some of the larger ones, but you can run down to Best Buy and grab a battery charger. And that's good for everything, anything, not just your phone. So.
And if you need handicap seating, they have that. The Salt Palace is great, but for people like Christy and me, we're going to want to be able to do that instead, and it really helps out.
Yeah.
And there's a line for registering for handicap.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Anybody else have any other tips? The only thing we didn't really cover, like snacks. You're going to have snacks with you. There's not always food readily available. If you were in Track A last year, you know that because there was no vendor open. They're saying this year vendors and restaurants will be open over in Track A, so that's exciting. There's going to be a lot of food trucks outside, but just have some snacks with you. We don't need anybody getting hangry. And just another piece of advice that we haven't covered that we probably should is you're walking into the energy of a very, very, very large crowd. So wear your oils and be prepared for that, because a lot of times that can be quite overwhelming. There's a lot going on there. And also, yeah, we're wellness advocates and we are the healthiest people on the planet. But please bring your On Guard, okay? Be pumping that stuff through you. Everybody should be taking On Guard soft gels right now. There's a lot of us about to get together. And my last challenge for you, my only challenge for you tonight is while you're here in Salt Lake City, find a new contact, Okay, if you're going to be on planes, you're going to be traveling, you're going to be in restaurants, you're going to be around all kinds of people in Salt Lake City. And I know it's fun to think that everyone here is enrolled, but guess what? They're not. There's still people that haven't even heard of doTERRA. And I love when people come to convention and enroll people, right? Like never even heard of it. Like the coffee chick, like whoever, you know what I mean? There's people everywhere. So be prepared to meet people along your journey. Because people ask you, what are you doing? Where are you going? And just be prepared. Have samples with you, have a trifold with you, have a note card with you, whatever that is that you do, be prepared. Does anyone have anything else to add? Any other great convention tips? Have fun, you guys. I love convention. This is one of my favorite times of year. The energy at convention is like something that's unexplainable. It's just unexplainable. And I'm just stoked. I hope you guys are all taking part of the Be Kind campaign right now. Have you guys seen that? Be Kind Together? Sign up for that. What an awesome cause. Post what you're doing. Today was Buy a Rose Lotion. They've been doing like recycling and buy someone else's food and all kinds of fun things. So if you haven't yet, go to doTERRA's Facebook page and sign up for the Kindness Challenge. And please use the hashtag because doTERRA is doing something with those photos and things at convention. Woo! I feel like I just convention threw up on everyone. Anybody got any questions, comments, concerns, hopes, dreams, or fears? Everybody's got a roommate. Everyone's registered. Everyone knows where they need to be, what's happening. The track system in Salt Lake City is free. If you're downtown, you can get on any public transportation for free. So take full advantage of that. I think that's all I had for you. Romy and Mark are really excited. I've talked to them a few times now, and they're pumped up to see everyone and reconnect. It's been a while, and they're really excited. So be ready to love on them when they get out of the limo.
Can you still buy the live feed?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep, the live stream's available at $60.
Okay.
Yeah, and a tip on the live stream is if you're going to do the live stream, wait a couple hours or even till the next day because the lag time from the streaming can kind of be a little blotchy. I mean, you'll still be able to get on and stream, but I just found it an easier watch, a smoother watch when I wasn't watching it live in the moment. So awesome. I'm going to turn off this recording and let you guys ask any pertinent questions you may have.